Today we are going to solve problem leetcode 1685, sum of absolute difference in the a sorted array. So the problem statement is you are given an integer array nums sorted in non-decreasing order. Build the return an integer array result with the same length names such that result I is equal to the summation of absolute difference between nums I and all the other element in the array. In other words, result I is equal to sum of absolute difference of I with all the other element where j is vary from 0 to length of the array. So let's understand this question by one example. So they will give us one array like 2, 6, 12, 13, 15, and for each I we have to calculate the absolute difference between that point to all the other point. So at so on we have to generate what resultant array. So for I is equal to 1, for I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, I is equal to 3, I is equal to 4, we have to calculate the sum of difference between that point to all the other point, and we have to return the array of the result. So suppose if you want to find out what is the result, what is the result I is equal to, suppose we are calculating result I is equal to 2. So for that we have to calculate difference between 12 plus 12 minus 2 is equal to 10, plus 12 minus 6 is equal to 6, plus 13 minus 12 is equal to 1, plus 15 minus 12 is equal to 3. So this is for I is equal to 2, and so on we have to calculate for all the I. So the time complexity will be I will be vary from 0 to n, and so on. For each I, j will vary from 0 to n. So it will be n cross n, order of n square time complexity. But the constant given in the question is 10 to the power 5. So 10 for 10 to the power 5, time complexity will be 10 to the power 10, and definitely it will not execute within the time. So we have to think about the other method. So let's explore more on the questions and then find out the some patterns. So let's erase that one. Suppose this axis is representing what is the value of that index, and x-axis representing the index. So for and we are having array 2, 4, 6, 8, 18 and 22. So for the 2, here we are having 2, so this will be the height of 2, this will be the height of 4, this will be the height of 6, this will be the height of 16, and this will be the height of 22. This is the given. 2, 4, 6, 18 and 22. And suppose we are calculating the sum of difference with all the element for the 6. So this is the 6 value. This is the 6 value. So we have to find out the difference, this difference plus this difference plus this difference, or oh, not this one, not this one, plus this is the this point. So we are calculating the difference of this difference plus this difference. So the our approach will be, we will not calculate all the points and difference. First we will calculate the sum of these points. If you want to calculate the difference, this difference, if you will calculate this difference and you will subtract between this rectangle, then you will get this one. On the same way, for all the element which is greater than the 6, if you will calculate this sum and you subtract this one, then you will get resultant difference this one. So for that we will calculate the cumulative sum and prefix sum value. So for prefix sum, so suppose we are calculating the sum of difference for this particular index. So we have to calculate this difference plus this difference plus this difference, and again here we have to calculate this difference plus this difference. So here we are getting one pattern. If you calculate how many numbers is less than this particular element, and you will multiply the number of index with the value, then you will get this overall area, and minus, if you you will subtract this area, you will get this one, and so on. If you will find out the, if you are having this entire area, and if you will subtract this one, then you will get this one. So for that we will do one thing. We will calculate the prefix sum for each index, and after calculating the prefix sum, you will simply subtract the, suppose you are calculating what is the sum of all the difference with all the point which is less than that point. So if we are having x value less than that particular index, suppose it is y. So if you are having x value less than y, so subtract y into x minus sum of all the element which is less than that particular index. So suppose it is sum I. By this you will get left difference, and for the right difference, if you will calculate sum of all the point minus, if you calculate n minus, suppose all the value we are having n, and this index is I, so n minus I, this will give you the how many point we are having here, minus sum of these points. So sum of, if you want to calculate sum of these points, so you will calculate sum of all the points minus sum of the point before this one. So this will give you the sum of after this point. So n minus index n minus 1, and for right difference you have to calculate this difference. So for that you have to calculate this entire one, minus, we will subtract this one. So for calculating this one, we will calculate by sum of all the value minus sum of the value which is lesser than that particular index. So we will calculate sum of last minus sum of I. This will give you that particular value, minus we have to calculating this one. So for this one we have to calculate minus this value, so n minus I into nums I. So this will give you the this particular difference. I hope you are getting the points. So let's understand the code. It will, by code you will get better understanding. So I have already coded this one. So here we are finding the size of the array, and we have declared a prefix sum array of size n, and we are calculating the prefix sum. For each point we are summing that point with the all summation of previous points, and this array will store the result array. So here for each point we are calculating left point. So left I into nums I and minus sum of the prefix element. This will give you the left difference. For right difference, you will calculate the right point sums minus this how many point is after that right one and into nums I, and we will simply add that both the value. This will give all results.